Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Men need to have knowledge about life. Now, people know me for talking about game. That's what I'm known for. But if anybody's really followed me, I'll be hitting y'all with some life stuff. And that's the important thing. But that's why a lot of dudes really, the things ain't happening because they don't have knowledge about life. They not out there. They ain't doing their thing. They don't know how to interact with people. They don't know how to get information. They don't have basic common sense. They don't have street smarts. And that's what is important for life. Now understand, the basic nature, this goes down to the basic nature of man. See, women by nature are really the homebodies by nature, really. They really the homebodies. Their realm is really the domestic area. Now, a lot of women don't like that because of, they don't like me to say that, but let's be real. A woman is in the home. Now, we ain't holding in the home, but that's where she really excels. That's her domain. But the man by nature, let's put it like this. The woman is more inner nature. She's more towards drawn to herself. She is yin. Yin, and the ultimate yin is stay still. They don't move about. Now, the man is yang, as you say, and people might say yang, but yin, yang, tomato, tomato. But the very nature of yang energy is outward, is to go explore. The nature of man is to go out and hunt, if necessary, fight, but not to be still, to go explore, to understand stuff. Now, what I'm seeing, especially in some of these spaces, I'm seeing too many men just not going out. Because you got too many men, because of social media, because you got many men who might just work, come home, get on their video games, get on a computer, but they're not going out just seeing stuff. They ain't exploring. They ain't just driving through different areas just to see what's up or interacting with different groups of people just to see what's up. Just to know. And then just in life, period. Like, you got guys. It's a shame to me when I have guys close to my age. I'm 54. Close to my age who I might say something and it's blowing their mind. And I'm like, what? I'm like, this is something you just learn just going outside, just interacting. Shoot, that's how I really started learning the game. I've had plenty of people tell me stuff, but then I had to go out there and interact. I had to figure out how to get phone numbers, and then I had to figure out how to read somebody. But I had to go out and do that. I had to learn about it. And, life is more than just, what you're doing in the streets. Every single man needs to know what's going on in his general environment. Like, I'm going to tell you what. Let me use an example. The other week, I talked about the shadow world. Now, I had some dude on there, and he was all on some other shit. And he was basically like, well, you shouldn't be talking about it. This ain't an important subject. And I ended up blocking the dude because I was like, I can't tolerate stupidity, and I had a vibe of fear coming from him. I'm like, no, you need to know about it. When I talk about these things, I ain't glorifying it. I'm telling you what's there. You need to know if you're dealing with a woman, you need to know if she dip into that shadow world, if she got some weird fetish, or she that type, yeah, she might mess with you, but she got that guy that's been dicking her down since she been 16. And no matter what she do, she gonna run to him. And you need to know this world exists. You need to know everything around you. Like, because of what I used to do, I've mentioned I've worked in the government. Because of where I used to be, I get notifications, like direct notifications of any child predators, or convicted sex offenders move in my area. I get the description, everything. Like I said, I can't get into why that is exactly. Just, it's something to do with what I used to do for a living. So I pretty much know what's going on. Now, that knowledge is, okay, I gotta keep an eye out. Okay, this person lived there. Okay, I gotta watch that. I gotta pay attention. Or even when I'm out and about, I see everything. That's a hood thing too. That's a hood thing. You pay attention to every little thing. You don't shoot. You might just see somebody standing around. Like if you walking, like here's an example. This is an example a long time ago. My homeboy from DC will know exactly where I'm talking about because he actually got a picture of him standing here. It's this near where I live, the Taylor Street Bridge. And then it's like a little warehouse there and everything. I remember I was walking. It's like a back alley type of path to get where I was going. Now, I got up there. I remember one time I was walking. There was a car up ahead. Didn't think anything. A dude got up and kind of stand in the middle of the road. I was like, shit. All right, somebody about to try to rob my ass. I just turned my ass around because one thing. Yeah, one dude I might have been able to take, but there might have no telling who else was around. One thing. When you know about life, you start paying attention because I know that's how somebody gets set up. As soon as I walk in some place, any place, I could walk in a grocery store or something. I'm paying attention to everybody and who's looking at me and who's not. That's a part of life. And then just buying different magazines. I've spent a significant portion of my disposable income buying stuff like The Economist, The Progressive. Depending on the article, I'll go through some like conservative type of stuff. Because they know me well at my bookstore. Business stuff, trends, everything, because it affects you. All this political stuff affects you. This economy, because that's a part of life too, knowing what's going on. Now, everybody's talking about a coming recession, but I'm willing to bet a lot of people don't know, okay, what's leading to, what's the indicators. Like one indicator is the manufacturing industry is in a technical recession. They ain't building stuff. They not building stuff. They're not manufacturing stuff. And because they're not manufacturing stuff, then it affects the trucking industry because what they do, they deliver products. So you start looking at that, and if stuff ain't being manufactured and stuff ain't being delivered, that means somebody ain't buying it. But because somebody isn't buying it, they don't have a demand for it. It was like, oh, okay. So no matter what's said, okay, something's coming. People ain't buying shit. And quite frankly, I can take a walk. I can walk through any mall. I can walk through all the malls in my area, and I'll tell you, okay, something's up. But that's part of having knowledge of life. That's part of that. That's part of the thing. And it's no thing is too big. Whether it's a knowledge of people or the gaming getting women, whether it's a knowledge of the political thing and what's coming up in the Supreme Court, the judicial branch. That's the thing you got to have. And really, all you can do is get it. You can't have someone spoon feed it to you. And you have to know, okay, this is what's up. This is what's going on. And you gotta deal. You gotta be able to deal in the streets, in academia, economics. In fact, I would say this. I'm gonna get back just to jump into the economics thing real quick. Pay attention to the financial pages. When I want to know what's going on, I pay attention to the financial pages because everything else stems from that any damn way. Because the economy is about how to live. Like, learn those things. Like, a man needs to be learning, and he needs to be self-educating himself. Don't just take information. Even the information I provide, go explore it. Don't just say, oh, Rom said it. That's the end of the day. It's like, okay, Rom said this. Let me go look this up. I said that in a podcast previously. Go find out for yourself. That's the nature of man, to explore. And for the women listening, if that guy wants to explore, let him do that. Because sometimes I know many women, for the women listening, I know y'all listening because y'all comment and I can see my analytics. If that man going out, I know y'all want that attention, but shoot, for him to do what he do, he needs to go out. He needs to go explore. Because ultimately he's doing it for your benefit, really. Because how can he protect you and lead if he don't know what the hell's going on out there? Think about that. So anyway, that's all I got. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.